Good tidings, ladies and gentlemen of the Lodge, and welcome back. Today, we are zeroing in on Kingdom Hearts 3, and more specifically, the world of Arendelle. It's no secret that there are those who had their gripes with Arendelle, and even though I enjoyed my playthrough of this world, I will admit that in my opinion, it is the low point of Kingdom Hearts 3. Controversial opinion, I know. But I'm not here to complain about it, and I'm not here to just be negative. Given that both Elsa and Anna are princesses of heart, it's obvious that we are going to go back to Arendelle in future titles. So in a very Kingdom Hearts fashion, I have ironed out 7 things that could be done to improve Arendelle in future games. Feel free to drop into the comments below to let me know your thoughts of Arendelle, whether you agree or disagree with my assessment, and what you would do to improve this world in future games. So without further ado, let's dive into my 7 things that could be done to improve the world of Arendelle in the future. Starting with number 1. Elsa should join your party. This one is a no-brainer, and it's one that I have seen tossed around by many individuals online. But honestly, it's important. Part of the fun of Kingdom Hearts is not just traveling to the worlds, but in fighting alongside some of your favorite characters. I can't tell you how happy it made me as a kid to run around fighting alongside Simba, or how happy it makes me as an adult to fight alongside Captain Jack Sparrow. Elsa is one of the most popular characters Disney has to offer in modern times, and the fact that we didn't get to fight alongside her was criminal. Also, having her in your party is not just important for the combat aspect, but is also important in letting these characters get to know each other and interact. Sora is the kind of character who impacts everyone that he meets. It's important for the series to allow that to take hold no matter what world we are in. So personally, in the future, I believe it is vital to include Elsa in your party, not just for a combat sense, but in allowing Sora and the gang to build chemistry with her as well. Number 2. Arendelle-themed outfits. This was another missed opportunity that I felt would have really helped immerse us into this world. One of the coolest things to see when traveling between worlds is seeing how our heroes are adapted to fit into it. I mean, come on, who didn't love Monster Goof? Or Pirate Sora, or Toy Box Donald? Now, obviously, the gang doesn't need to radically change their appearance to blend into this world, but you're telling me we couldn't dap them up with some dope winter clothes? Come on, we all know Nomura would have a field day with this. This is something I hope we see change in the future, because while it's just a simple aesthetic feature, it really does go a long way when immersing us into these worlds. Number 3. Write an original plot. This is a problem that is much bigger than just Arendelle. In my opinion, the Disney worlds where Square and the gang are able to tell their own stories or write their own plots usually fly high above the rest. What we got in Kingdom Hearts 3 was a half-baked version of the movie plot. I would love to see Square get some creative liberty and craft up something fresh. The little bit of creative liberty that Square took to contextualize Elsa within the Kingdom Hearts lore, I thought was fascinating, and is something I wish would be explored further.
Elsa would never rely on the darkness.
Actually, it's still too early to call. Depends on how she sees it. If she believes her magic is darkness, that's what it will become. Accepting her power, whatever it is the only way she can set her heart free. So what will Elsa accept? Light or darkness? I know I want to know.
Number 4. Interactive music. So here is something I find exciting. Having a world that plays out musical numbers from their movies is nothing new. Usually Atlantica is where we would see this take place, but in Kingdom Hearts 3, Arendelle carried that mantle. Only difference was these songs weren't interactive, just purely cinematic. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't miss the musical missions at all, mostly due to the gameplay just being a little boring. However, with Melody of Memory now upon us, we have a unique opportunity to add some immersive gameplay to these musical numbers. If Arendelle is truly going to carry the mantle of playing music, I think it would be foolish to not use the type of gameplay available to us in Melody of Memory to some degree during these segments. Number 5. Concrete villain. One of the things that made Arendelle feel stale was the lack of presence from a villain. Even though Hans was technically there and meddling in our affairs, he essentially felt like a non-factor throughout our experience in Arendelle. In order to make this world more immersive, they're going to have to establish a concrete villain for us the second time around. Number 6. No more fetching. I know I am not the only one who damn near almost lost their mind looking for Olaf. This section of Arendelle would have been far more bearable or even enjoyable if this quest to find all of Olaf's parts actually had a use outside of the quest itself. For example, take the White Crabs quest in the Pirates of the Caribbean world. This quest catalyzed the player to explore parts of the map that otherwise may not have gotten much attention, like say, underwater near the port. It also encourages the player to explore this section of the map in its entirety and get well acquainted with it, as opposed to this Olaf quest which really just locked us into one small section. And last but certainly not least, number 7. Actually going to Arendelle. This is a no-brainer and is perhaps my biggest disappointment with this world. If you're telling the player they are headed to the Kingdom of Arendelle and have the castle on the world's logo and overworld image, you should probably let us go there. Then again, this gives them an opportunity to make the next time we visit Arendelle feel vastly different the second time around. This is a huge opportunity for them in the next Kingdom Hearts game, and I hope they put it to good use. But that's going to do it for my take on how Arendelle could be improved in future games. But now I want to know what you guys think. What would you do to improve Arendelle in future titles? Who do you want in your party? And do you agree or disagree with my assessment in this video? Drop a comment down below, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see all of you beautiful sickos and normies next time.